Bleach Japan. Can't say I'm used to that yet.
Same for me. Still, to see the Seiryu clan so openly transition to a non-profit and even be welcomed by the public? Well, I've never seen a chairman do that before.
Please, I'm just thinking of the future.
Nonsense. This was by no means an easy feat, you know.
Hear, hear. For years, anti-gang laws had given us a choice of two options. Stay small or go underground. And now we're basically endorsed by the country. Finally, there's another way out.
The Yakuza have been aiding this country for decades. Ever since all that chaos snaked its way in after the war. This is the evolution of that. Better yet, I'd say it's exactly how things should be.
Absolutely. It might even help the world to see the truth, that the Yakuza are still needed. A necessary evil, if you will.
Yeah. We'll take our rightful place at the heart of it all. Secure our legacy for years to come. The future of the Yakuza's looking real bright. Hell, it's brighter than ever before.
Yes, and for that, I'll need you all to be at your absolute best. I'm counting on you. Now then, let's call it a day. Thank you, everyone. I thought I told you to cut that out.
Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, thanks again.
Narasaki, a moment, if you would.
Sir?
I wanted to discuss some personnel changes. Honestly, I'm ashamed. Only Yakuza filth would resort to a cheap tactic like this. Still, you want to let your hate run wild, well, a knife in the back's just the thing. Minimal effort, maximum suffering. The future of the Yakuza? It was a pipe dream from the start. When the trash is full, the only thing left to do is take it out. All this time, they've put their trust in me. And they've had no clue. It's almost tragic. Isn't it, Sawashiro-san? I was hoping you'd live long enough to see it. The only future your kind have waiting.
Absolute madman!
Now then, it's been about a week since the incident. Could you tell us more about the people who attacked the Seiryu clan offices?
Well, firstly, it should be said that this marks a historic shift for the Yakuza world. A few years ago, the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance, for decades the Yakuza's two biggest players, mutually disbanded. Among those in the trade, this event was labeled the Great Dissolution. The largest remaining Yakuza group thereafter was the Seiryu clan, who of course was the target of last week's attack.
Right, and?
And now, the same Seiryu clan, the current frontrunner, has taken up the torch to disband every other group still in Japan.
Yes, I see. That certainly does sound historic. But the real question is it possible?
You'd be fair to ask. At the very least, it does seem unrealistic. However, as a first step to seeing it through, the clan officially confirmed its disbandment to the police just the other day.
So the torchbearers took initiative, set an example to the group still active.
Correct. Additionally, the Seiryu clan also aims to reintegrate former members back into society. They mean to implement an occupation support program in partnership with a Hawaiian volunteer group, it seems. And in order to officiate things with the government, they've since reformed into a non-profit. Naturally, as the country can't just openly cooperate with organized crime. Of course, while it may be a means to an end, it does show how serious the Seiryu clan's taking things.
Let's not forget, they did disband.
It's also expected that the other Yakuza groups across the country will follow suit, leading this movement to now be called the Second Great Dissolution. Now, some out there won't take too kindly to this, as you might have guessed. And there's a spark, the connection to the incident at the Seiryu headquarters.
Ah, so those were the dissenters? They were responsible for the attack?
Looking at those involved, yes, it seems highly likely. Speaking of, actually, the man pictured here is the one they call Kiryu. It's suspected he's the central figure of those opposing the Yakuza's disbandment.
Really? And just who are we dealing with here?
You'll recall I mentioned the Tojo clan earlier, previously one of the largest Yakuza groups in Japan. He's one of its former chairmen. In short, a true blue Yakuza big shot. Rumor is, Kiryu wants anything but disbandment, which can only mean he wants the Yakuza back on top.
I see. Well, regarding Kiryu, it's also said he has ties with the so-called Hero of Yokohama, that being one Ichiban Kasuga. He too has been in the news of late, after forcing former Yakuza to commit theft under the guise of reacclimating to society.
And Kasuga's also a former Tojo clan member on top of that. As it stands, there's a good chance he's acting under Kiryu's command, a cog in his machine. Therefore, we're looking at a unique conflict. In one corner, the Seiryu clan, who seek to tear down tradition and forge a new path. And in the other, Kazuma Kiryu, who aims to revive the old ways for his own interests. A clash between new and old ideologies.
So it seems. Thank you for your time. Following the attack, the culprits promptly went into hiding. As citizens remain frightened, it is imperative that these assailants be found as soon as possible.
Got word from the lookout. Doesn't seem like people know you're here.
Sorry to trouble you like this, Chief. With all that's happened, this was the best place I could think of.
Hey, I'm not one to turn away women and children. That being said, I never thought I'd see you back here again. You even brought friends this time.
Our apologies, Chief. We really appreciate it.
The world outside says you're a criminal. You've certainly got the face for it. But I'll tell you, I only ever trust what I see for myself. I've seen a lot. You're not the kind of man to shake things up. Still, that mug's terrifying.
He heard you the first time.
Thank you, sir. When the time comes, I'll be sure to repay you.
Well, y'all just kick back for now. Check in again soon.
The Chief really helped us out. Thanks for doing all this, Kasuga.
Nah, I can't exactly say we're in the clear. But we're lucky to have a safe zone, especially with the world watching.
Yeah. And plus, we can't stay hidden forever. Ebina's moving quick. Once the waste disposal project on LA Island's in motion, countless Seiryu clan members will be exploited. We need to act before Ebina gets the chance.
Right. Ebina!
It's been some time, Kasuga-san. Missed Japan, did we?
Japan? Wait, how'd you know I was here?
And I thought you wouldn't be surprised. But no matter. I got reports from Dwight's men just as you were off and on your way. Bryce and I are still business partners, you know. Anyhow, Kiryu-san's there with you too, yes?
Kiryu-san? And what if he was?
What do you want, Ebina?
Kiryu-san.
It's fine, Kasuga. With all his resources, Ebina probably knew we'd meet up.
Glad you see how it works. And with that, I've got some great news for you. Our Yakuza rehabilitation program was approved. Just yesterday, the government gave us free rein to see it through.
Well, isn't that nice? So what? You call us just to get your kicks or something?
Of course. The least I can do is share the joy with others.
Goody.
Actually, there's one other thing. Thought perhaps you'd want to know. It seems I've caught myself a rat. And I must say, it's a big one. Kasuga-san should appreciate this.
Captain.
Did you really think I wouldn't notice his betrayal? Of all people? Knowing his intentions, I let him roam free until the proverbial ball started rolling.
In fact, Sawashiro-san was quite instrumental in gathering our colleagues. They poured in left and right.
What do you plan to do with him? Are you still set on taking revenge against the Yakuza? I doubt you'd make this kind of display otherwise. Who would?
Revenge?
Who's to say? My reason for this is simple. I could think of no better bait to reel you in.
You wouldn't leave him to die, would you? It's not in your character.
Don't worry about me.
Apologies. Now, if you all would please come to the top floor of the Millennium Tower by 10 p.m. tomorrow. Miss our little appointment, and I dispose of the rat, plain and simple. Till then.
Aiding us with a hostage. Guess he wants us out in the open.
Yeah, we know the truth about his plans. That's the last thing he wants.
This guy must be special. What with Ebina holding him like that, right? Sawashiro, I mean. No way you could just ignore that. I mean, we got the talent, don't we? So, let's go save him.
No. Ebina's not the only issue here. Not with what's happening overseas.
As just announced, the Seiryu clan, now known as non-profit Bleach Japan, rehabilitation program and all, has been officially approved by the Japanese government. It is believed the government and Bleach Japan had been coordinating their plans behind closed doors for some time. A week prior to the announcement, a cruise ship carrying former Seiryu clan members left Japan for Honolulu. The ship arrived in the city just earlier today. On location, Hawaii's governor and Bryce Fairchild of partner organization Palekana welcomes the vice representative of Bleach Japan, Eiji Mitamura, as he stepped ashore.
Oh, sneaky bastard.
The first wave's already there.
The ship is scheduled to depart for Nele Island tomorrow, where the program will officially get underway.
They're bringing the Yakuza to the island tomorrow. Once they touch down, neither the state of Hawaii nor the Japanese government will care what happens next. They'll have wiped their hands clean, and that'll be that.
And from there, they'll work as Bryce's slaves, dumping nuclear waste till the day they die. What a joke.
We don't have a lot of time, not for Japan or Hawaii. What's the call?
We split up. Might be dangerous, but we can't let either one go.
Kasuga, about Ebina. Mind if I handle things out here? You go and stop Bryce in Hawaii.
Huh? Any reason?
Actually, I'd like a word with him. There's some speculation, of course, but it's about Ebina's origins.
His what?
We can talk outside. I'll be waiting.